What's going on, guys? Right now it is about 7:45 on Tuesday. I'm just on my way to the gym right now. I thought I had other things going on this morning. I thought I actually worked, but I didn't. So I have a little bit of a late start to my day in terms of going to the gym. I usually try to get to the gym a little bit earlier, but I guess it's only 7:45, so it's not too late or anything. I'm gonna start switching up my training a little bit from what I've been doing before. So more focusing now on switching up volume and weight. For a while, I've been focusing just on getting heavier lifts and decreasing my sets and reps and not doing as high of volume. Not that I've hit a plateau or anything, but I feel like I just need to switch up my routine again, just because I feel like I'm starting to get used to it. So I don't want to get too used to anything in particular. So I'm going to try to switch that up a little bit and kind of go from there. All right, guys, so after I get the chicken on the grill, I just get a bowl of olive oil and I lightly brush just a slight coating on it just to prevent any overcooking so it doesn't dry out or anything. So I do this for each piece of chicken. I used to put the seasoning and mix it right in with the olive oil, but recently I've actually been putting it on after. It just seems like I can taste the seasoning more if I put it on afterwards. So I'm just gonna coat each one of these, give it a couple minutes, and then I'll flip it, and then that's pretty much it. For the seasoning, I mix it up. I don't really have any particular type of seasoning I like to do or use, but these are the two that I'm working with today. I also don't have any particular amount of chicken that I make. Whatever can basically fit on the grill is kind of what I go for. But yeah, guys, that's the setup. I'm gonna cook these and then I will get back to it. So while the chicken is finishing up, I'm also gonna get the vegetables ready. So it's gonna be the next thing I'm gonna put in the containers for prep. So I usually just like to get a bag of mixed frozen vegetables. So I'm gonna grill this up right now, put it on the pan, cook it, and then I will put that in as well. So I just took the chicken off the grill. It looks like it got a little overdone, but that's okay. I have the vegetables grilling right now, and then I also have a pot of water boiling to make rice. So those are the three main things. I got the vegetables, chicken, and then rice. Those are gonna be the three main ingredients that are going in each container for the day. But I'm gonna try to get that all ready before I have to leave here in about a half an hour. But I'll show you guys the rest very shortly. So now that the chicken is cooling off, I'm going to cut it in pieces just so it fits in the containers. So I usually don't cut it too small, but just big enough to, usually it's just bite size. That was really interesting. Okay, so now the vegetables are cooled off too, so I'm just gonna add this to each container. And then the rice is also finishing up, so I'm gonna add that next. So the rice ended up being a little bit hard, but it's okay. I got everything ready for the week, so I have the chicken, the vegetables, and then also the rice as well. So those are the three main ingredients I add for meal prepping. It's hard to get more ingredients in that and get picky with like food and seasoning. I mean, you can do that, but I kind of keep it simple and just do these three ingredients. So nothing too crazy, but I'll be set for the week then. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the basics for how I've been meal prepping. But that is it for this. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video and have a good rest of your day. What's going on, guys? It is currently about 7 o'clock on Friday. I'm just about to leave for the gym here in just a few minutes. I'm running a little bit late. I don't know if it's because I've been going to bed later than I usually do or what the reason is, but just lately I've been having a hard time getting up on time. Ow, Marley just bit my calf. What are you doing, dude? Yeah, so lately I think it's just because, part of it at least, is because I've just been getting to bed later than I usually do. But hopefully I can get back in the swing of things here pretty soon. But I'm about to eat something really quick, just so I have something in me. And then I'm going to head to the gym, and hopefully I'm going to film a little bit of what I go through for you guys. All right, Marley. Ow. So when I usually take pre-workout, I usually actually don't take a full scoop. It's usually more than enough for me. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but I'm very sensitive to caffeine in general. So usually a whole scoop is more than enough for me. And since I'm trying to be smart with not buying pre-workout all the time because it's expensive, I usually take like a half a scoop or even like a quarter of a scoop, depending on the day, and I just dilute it in water. But I know everyone's different in terms of how sensitive they are to caffeine, but that's kind of just what I do. All right, I just stepped outside, about to get to the gym. It's literally almost time where I'm gonna have to start wearing a sweatshirt just to get outside. It's not the whole day that's cold, but in the mornings it can be brutal. It's just getting cold in the mornings and like late at night, and then it warms up during the day. But I'm just rambling. All right, guys. So I know I briefly touched on this a little bit in a previous video before, but I wanted to kind of elaborate a little bit off of what I said last time. I was talking about the idea of positivity and how important it is to stay positive no matter what your day's like, no matter how it's going, no matter how you feel. There's always going to be things in life and throughout your day, just day to day, that sucks. It's things that don't go well. There's just different stages to all that too. Like, you might be having a really bad day because you had a long day at work, you're just tired, you're sore from working out, whatever it may be. But there's always, I think one thing to put in perspective is there's always someone that has it worse. What I try to do is I try to put everything in perspective and just realize that everyone's dealing with their own problems. You're not the only one going through stuff. So just try to put that in perspective. And I'm not saying I wouldn't say to write off your problems if you think they're not a big deal, but just try to put it in perspective. And one concept I always try to do is just be happy with what you have, being grateful and being thankful, and always trying to have a positive mindset no matter what you're going through is always a huge factor that for me that just really helps me get in the right mindset for life, because there's always going to be tons and tons of people and tons of problems that you can focus on and things that aren't working out, and negativity. There's always going to be stuff like that, and positivity is usually harder to come by, but if you can find a way to focus on that, it can really change your mindset, just how you feel and how you go about your day and how you accomplish things and how successful you are and all that stuff. So I would just encourage you guys to try to focus on the positives throughout the day, even if it's really small, tiny things that seem stupid. It's better than focusing on things that will bring you down or things that are just not going to help you be productive or better yourself. So that's just something I was thinking about. I have weird things that I think about on my way to the gym and just at weird times. But that was just something I wanted to tell you, to give to you guys. And I guess you can take it for what it is. But I just feel like a lot of times, especially me, and I see it with other people, they just tend to focus on things that, well, at least it seems like they focus on things that aren't positive and things that just like bring them down or bring other people down, which is even worse. But when I tell you guys all this stuff, it's not things that I've mastered or things that I'm really good at. It's usually the opposite. It's usually things that I'm struggling with and trying to work through myself. But sharing it with you guys sometimes helps, and I just like to help other people learn and grow as I'm trying to do the same. So, but yeah, guys, that's just what I wanted to say. I'll be at the gym pretty soon here. So for this workout, guys, I didn't film every single exercise and every single set, but I tried to make sure I filmed the highlight of the major exercises I went through and some of the sets I did. So I started off with doing these high rows. I think that's what they're called. I don't know the name of them, of what they're exactly called, but I call them high rows. So I started off with 25 pounds on each side just to warm up. I was shooting for 12 to 14 reps for each set of these, which I believe I got for each set I did. But after doing it with the 25 pounds on each side, I went up to 45 pounds. So that is this next set here. I stuck to I stayed at this weight the whole time. I didn't go past putting 45 pounds on each side. I like to go lighter on these in general, just again to focus on form and really contracting my back. I think for these it's easy to incorporate more of your biceps and pull with your whole body and momentum and all that stuff instead of actually using or isolating your back muscles. So that's why I usually try to go lighter and really focus on squeezing my shoulder blades together just so I can get a full contraction and get the most out of the exercise. But like I said, switching it up is always a good way to do it. I don't think you should sacrifice form in general, but if you go a little bit heavier and just not swing your body, but use a little bit more of your momentum and biceps, I guess that's not a bad thing just to switch it up, but I usually like to go lighter. So next I did the cable column pull down machine. There was a couple different attachments I used, but I just did this multiple times, just using different attachments. So I started with the V-grip. I think that's what it's called. I don't know like any of the specific names for a lot of the stuff in the gym. I just call it whatever I want. But I did one set of each for these. I believe I was around 80 pounds for all of these. The next I did the straight bar. So same thing, I went for about 12 to 14 reps. Kept it decently light, didn't go crazy heavy or anything. Same concept with the first machine I showed you guys. Just trying to stay lighter, focus on actually using my back as best as possible to maximize my time at the gym and work out as efficient as I can as possible. So that being said, I do kind of switch up my back workouts pretty frequently compared to some of the other workouts I do for different body parts. But yeah, so I did only one set of this as well, and then I moved on to doing another attachment. I don't know what this attachment is called, but this one works very well. I don't use it too often. I don't see them in the gym, to be honest, too often. I think there's only one of them at my gym, but I try to use it whenever I can, just because I really feel it working. Each attachment's just kind of working your back in a different way, so that's why I like to switch it up. I didn't stick with one type of exercise with a certain attachment and went through it with 7 to 10 sets. I didn't do that today. I did a lot of different motions, or I did the same motion just with a lot of different attachments just to hit my back in a different way and switch things up and change it up. So that's what I mainly went for. Next I believe this is also called a high row machine. This is kind of what I finished with for the day. I stuck with 40 pounds on each side. So each of these is actually isolated, and it's separate thing, so you can actually use one arm at a time, but I just decided to try them together. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the video as a whole. I'm going to close it out here. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you guys thought, and then also subscribe if you have not already. But I will see you guys in the next one.